One day, the home of a Lord Demon King becomes besieged by a great army of light, led by the great powerful sages to destroy the world of evil. Unfortunately, their abyssal assault fails miserably, as the Demon King of Desire is proven to be too strong, even with their combined strength of the army. As such, the last great sage, Yelena, stands before the king. She then receives an offer for her life to be spared, with the only condition of her is to become a servant of his. Now, using his Demon King's eyes, it's revealed that Yelena is a 5-star raider belonging to the 7 sages of the Holy Light. Thus, he decides to menacingly move closer to the stage, only for him to proceed to take a closer look of her beauty, but instantaneously, she gets fully absorbed by the King of Desire, only for her to transform into a 5-star-like character card from a gacha game. Moments later, a girl appeared proclaiming that the Demon King is so amazing. However, her appearance coincides with a guy also claiming that his magic power is almost exhausted after 100 times of some kind of mysterious activity. It's then revealed that everything that has happened so far was actually just a game, where we find a guy claiming that if he keeps it up, he should earn the world first title to obtain 105 star characters from the game named Love in All Worlds. It's also revealed that this game is currently the most popular online game ever, way more popular than Roblox. Nevertheless, today happens to be a special day where this nerd has finally achieved 105 star captures. As such, he's given a special gift for being the first to do so. However, his monitor suddenly begins to look exactly like my toilet when it's flushed, so it proceeds to suck him in. Within seconds, the monitor fully devoured the unsuspecting victim, but fortunately for him, he finds himself inside a place that looks eerily familiar to the character creation screen of the game he always plays. There he gets greeted by a goddess who might just be Aqua in disguise, who happily welcomes him by calling him the Chosen One. She then explains that she's actually an elf, and she's here to answer any and all of his questions. She proceeds to tell him that Love in All Worlds isn't just a game, as all characters here are alive, just like him. Nevertheless, she sends him on a mission to make 100 girls actually fall in love with him, but this time his previous character has been deleted, causing him to restart from scratch. She also explains that this time around, there will now be 5 basic attributes in the game that he must choose from the start. The power system to make him strong like Goku, agility system allowing him to transform like Ditto, physique to make him look good like Arnold, mental so can go crazy with spells, and finally, charm, so he gets all the ladies you could ever want. As such, our Chad decides to choose the mental system. However, before he gets to fully confirm his decision, he gets pummeled by a mysterious force causing him to accidentally fat finger the charm system. Thus, a notification appeared congratulating him on obtaining the charm system. Our nameless Chad then begins to freak out as he begins to scream for a redo. But this isn't redo of healer, so the elf tells him bad luck as he's unable to choose again. In the end, the elf sends him off into the world by kissing his forehead, but this time, it's the one on his head. Within seconds of the kiss, a portal beneath him begins to appear where it takes him to the Lingming world, where he gets to start off at Yanzu City. Upon arriving in the new world, a bystander who happens to be a 5-star raider, goes by the name Yunik Suihin, is busy haggling with a shopkeeper with intent on buying a hosta. However, his sudden arrival into the world interrupted the two, as the world was alerted by a sudden beam crashing into the ground like a meteorite. Our nameless hero then finds himself chilling with some rubble as he's able to land somehow unscathed and perfectly okay. Luckily for him, he actually ends up crash landing into a sauna full of girls. But instead of taking advantage of the situation, he instantly feels regret and begins to explain himself. Fortunately for him though, they weren't even listening to his words as they were too busy captivated with his beauty. Now faced with immense pressure, he finds himself in a sticky situation, which could be stickier somewhat relatively soon. Thus, the unarmed man faces a tall predicament of multiple people of the opposite gender ordering him to not be shy. Nonetheless, he's able to save his life with only a little bit of damage by somehow escaping the sauna in the unknown new world. However, his run of good luck stops short as guards begin to chase him, eagerly awaiting to pass judgment upon him. But just like any normal person would do, he decides to continue running away from his problems rather than face it. This causes even more city guards to chase him, as he has now actively decided to escape and fight arrest. However, as he runs, he begins to frantically scream how this is just all a giant misunderstanding. As he runs from the guards and into new areas of the city, more and more girls catch a glimpse of him who easily fall for his charm. Eventually, after an entire day of running, he's able to lose the guards in an alley, but a random quest notification appeared, giving him a main quest to successfully attack young Swahan. With 1,000 points available as a reward, he quickly checks the in-game properties window to find all 5 main attributes currently allocated to him. Suddenly, another notification appeared, giving him a newcomer reward which happens to be a new ability called the Evil Charming Smile. It's revealed that the skill will increase the target's favorability to itself and is affected by the charm attribute. Now armed with his new skill, he decides to try it out on a nearby guard by flashing his evil smile. Unluckily for him, it didn't work on the guard as he ended up looking too much like a Jack Squidward. However, with his life on the line, he decides to attempt it once more, but this time with all his might. It ends up actually working, so the guard begins to wonder why his heart is beating really fast. While curiosity begins to get the better of him, he gets pummeled with a brick by our own nameless hero. Suddenly, the Kyo Wanted system entered the chat, revealing to him that he now has a wanted level of 3 for his previous actions. As such, archers appeared ready to destroy him fully, instead of capturing him alive, so they release his arrows, only for our hero to actually get hit as he attempts to dodge the attacks. This riles him up as he mumbles to himself that with all his stats only allocated into charm, he's basically as weak as the Island Boys. Thus, he begins to cowardly run again, only to find himself inside a very sussy establishment. Regardless, he takes the opportunity before him and asks if they could help him out. But since our Chad is so handsome, every girl present in the building was eager to help him hide out. Upon the arrival of the guards, they began to quickly search the area, only for a goddess to appear on the balcony. Within just a single glimpse, the guards began to falter at the sight of Oren of Bai Hualao, who rebuked the guards by claiming that no one is here and they can search freely. But in reality, they pull a big brain moment and hide our hero underneath her dress, as no one would ever check there. After half an hour, the guards finally ended up finishing their search to no avail, unable to locate the 3-star fugitive. Thus, the head of the guards began to apologize, claiming that it was their mistake. Warren even tells the guards that the establishment is bound to open soon, so they are free to stay if they like. Luckily for them, they end up deciding to begin clearing out. However, our hero accidentally stumbles a bit as he's been in a squatting position for over half an hour, causing Oren to accidentally let out some sussy noises, so the head of the guards began to question her. Luckily, they get saved as the head guard gets ambushed by his own wife, who gets absolutely disgusted with him for being in such a questionable area. Thus, he gets swiftly whisked away by the guardian angel. Afterwards, Oren accidentally trips on our hero, so she ends up accidentally landing on him. To add insult to his injury, it's revealed that he was unable to perfectly see while down under Oren, as he was beginning to lose consciousness the entire time due to the arrows hitting him on his shoulder. As such, Oren comes to the rescue as she rips off a piece of her dress, where she proceeds to order the rest of the girls around so they could attempt to heal the now unconscious hero. Somehow, even with the girls totally flustered and sometimes unable to fully move due to their absolute captivation with him, they were able to actually finally lay him to rest inside a bedroom. Moments later, Oren tries to usher the Oolin girls away so she can actually apply healing to him. Unfortunately for her, the other girls begin to realize that since he's knocked out, they would be the ones needed to do some specialized mouth transfers. With each one beginning to salivate at the chance, they end up riling up each other and proceed to argue on who should be the one that can administer the transfer. Meanwhile, the knocked out hero begins to gain points for his charm being successful, while totally unaware of his surroundings. Suddenly, Oren speaks up as she's had enough with the rest of the girls, claiming that they need to get out ASAP as he's in critical condition. As such, the girls begin to clear the room, although their faces are very much disappointed. In the end, Oren was able to drink the special tea with a spoon, so she prepares the transfer as she mumbles to herself that she did this just so she could save lives. To be honest though, why don't she just use the spoon? Nevertheless, she continues on with the mouth transfer, which simultaneously allowed the knocked out hero to gain an insane 100 points, due to his charm being successful once again. However, a mysterious force takes over his body and proceeds to take the matters into his own hand as he needed more of what he got from Oren.